gentleman from California, Mr. Khanna, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Daniel, I just have some factual questions. In 2005, what was Daniel Defense's total sales revenue that came from the sale of assault weapons?
I don't know, sir. We gave that information to the committee. I just don't know that off the top of my
Do you
head.
have a sense of about what percent it was, the revenue from assault weapons?
No, sir.
Do you know what percentage of Daniel Defense's sales revenues and profits came from assault weapons in 2020?
Sir, would you describe an assault weapon as I'm trying to answer your
Well, the
question?
assault weapon is the term the industry actually created the term, which means semi-automatic weapons based on military designs and features. It's a term that actually the industry coined in 1980. Based on that, do you have a sense of what the sales revenue and profits were in 2020?
Sir, I disagree with your characterization of the type of firearm. Assault weapons are fully automatic weapons used in war, and the weapons we sell to
Okay,
consumers.
in the way I'm defining it, do you have a sense of how much the sales revenue was?
Sir, we are a rifle company that sells semi-automatic rifles, so most of our business is in semi-automatic rifles.
And
Is
how
that the
much, the AR-15s, what percentage of your revenue it comes from that?
I don't know exactly, sir.
What, approximately?
Most of our, we sell semi-automatic rifles and bolt-action rifles.
How do you not
Most
know
of
that?
our-
I mean, is it 10%? Is it 20%? Is it 50%? I mean, certainly you would know how much basically revenue you're making of something.
Are you asking about the revenue or a percentage of revenue?
The percentage of revenue of AR-15s, how much is it? It's a factual question. You could say about 10%, about 50%, about 90%.
I would say probably 80% of our sales.
80% comes from that. And about in 2005, do you know about how much revenue was from AR-15s or similar type rifles?
No, sir, I don't have that information.
All right, would you
in front of me.
guess it was about 10%, 20%, 50%?
2005, sir, we didn't sell AR-15s in 2005.
Right. So, or any similar weapons you didn't, right? That's because there was the assault weapons ban. And I just want to be clear, you're saying 80% of your revenue now comes from AR-15s. And in 2005, I'd like you to submit to this committee year by year a statistic of how much money you're making of AR-15s or assault weapons, or if you don't agree with my definition of semi-automatic weapons like AR-15s that have military designs and features, which was the industry definition. But I'd like you to submit that to this committee from 2005 onwards. I'm a bit perplexed that you don't know how much revenue you're making out of the sales of these weapons. I mean, 80% is a lot, and I'm surprised you don't know how it's tracked. I mean, I think your shareholders may be surprised by that. Mr. Killoy.
Will the gentleman yield? Will the gentleman yield?
No, not right now. I mean, is it for a question?
Yes, for a question.
Let me just finish this on my time.
No, I have a question for you. You just asked a...
Well, is my time being counted?
This is the gentleman's time.
I'm happy after my time has expired to entertain a question. I don't want my time to be interrupted. Mr. Killoy, in response to Sturm Rogers, more than 2/3 of your shareholders have called on your company to produce a human rights assessment of the products you manufacture. When, Mr. Killoy, will this report be complete?
Congressman, actually, less than 50% of our shareholders actually voted for that proposal. However, it did pass at our most recent annual meeting. We plan to consider that in due course at the next upcoming board meeting. However, I would remind the committee that that was an advisory
Let
vote.
me just say this. Do you currently track crimes committed by the products that you sell?
No, sir, we do not.
Would you commit to tracking that as part of this report, a human rights assessment that you're now required to do?
Congressman, respectfully, that's not our job. We're not law enforcement. We don't have the resources training or
Well, respectfully,
capability to do anything other than monitor
the
monitor
board,
news
the board
information.
wants you to do a human rights assessment of the products you manufacture. I would assume that the first thing you would want to know is how many people were injured or killed based on those products to do that assessment. And you're saying you wouldn't do that?
Sir, it's actually a shareholder vote. The board, of which I am one of 9 members, we will consider that and consider how we go forward on doing that. But frankly, we don't violate human rights. And to say we do is just not correct.
Well, I'm just saying what
The
your
gentleman's
shareholders are
time
saying.
has expired.